any class now, I'm not a teacher. So only thing I'm going to ask you is talk to me and not to your friends saying, hey, what you ate for breakfast today that you asked in a WhatsApp. So other things, we can be in the present, right? All is silent, mobile phone silent. Take it out. Check your neighbor's phone. That you will do very involved. See, neighbor's phone without checking their messages. Just take it to silent. How many of you have Bangalore? Pamela Anderson once came to India. You know Pamela Anderson? And Bangalore Times asked her, what do you feel about Bangalore? She stayed for one day. No? Like, all of us who come to Bangalore have an opinion of Bangalore also, right? Like, you came to, some of you have come to Alliance, it was so traffic. Instead of going to Malaysia or now tell me how many of you are from Bangalore? Bangalore with 3 generations. 4 generations. 6. That's the beauty of this city. The city is a city of migrants. We call somebody else migrants from Orissa, Bihar, Bengal, but Bangalore, each one of us sitting here are migrants from the city. Because that's the beauty of the city. This is the city in which you look right, you find an Assamese, you look left, you find a Gujarati, you find a Kashmiri, you find a Manipuri. The city has all that we call India. We're going to go Kavan Park or Church Street, and you see the cars parked there, you'll find UP, Jharkhand, all cars in Bangalore. The city, somebody asks you, don't tell, full of traffic, but tell them it's a lovely city. How many of you visited Bangalore? This is not Bangalore, we're still only starting of Bangalore. Except Brigade Road. Nice. How many of you have been around Bangalore? Gone around. Like NGMA, Palace, Banagata Zoo. I don't know, zoo will go correct. Super. Can we audible at the back? Okay. I will use this volume to see if it's lovely. So if somebody asks you one thing, how many of you came into Bangalore? And somebody says, well, how is Bangalore? What do you tell your friends in Delhi, Bombay, Chennai? Weather. W-H-E-D-H-E-R or W-E-A-T-H-E-R? Anything else in weather? Expensive. Which city are you from? But Alliance is not in Kolkata. No? Anything else? What else do you have? This is random answers. Huh? Weather. Other than weather, go beyond the weather. Traffic. Which city are we from? Huh? Forgot, We can't compare a city to a rest of Karnataka. Karnataka is so large. How many languages Karnataka speak? What language does Karnataka speak? And then Kodava, beautiful. Hindi, Urdu, go on. Lovely because it was under Madras presidency, go on. Bengali because it's called Bangalore, you know, that's why. It's one of the states which speaks the most diverse languages in India is Karnataka. Not even Kannada, even the Kannada you speak in North Karnataka. Yana! They'll be acting like you go to Haryana, they'll shout at you, no? But southern, you go to Mysore, Yana. Even the dosa will be like thrown in your face and after. But that's full of desert, right? Where is the book I searched as a comeback? Where is it? Don't take the book. It's 450 rupees. Who has the book? Nice. And as we start, when is the last time somebody told you a story, not on YouTube, but sitting and telling it to you face to face? Beyond that. That was a joke and you can crack afterwards. You go beyond that. 5 to 6 years ago. No idea. So the reason I took to this form is we've all seen stage shows, right? How far are you from the stage? And I come from that space where theatre happens there. Audience is all in darkness. I don't even know who's sitting next to me. Has it happened? Even yesterday you all danced. But how much you know who's standing next to you? Some random person will keep dancing and all. You want to say hi to them. But now, look at the person next to you. And choose somebody who you don't know before. And say a hi, hello, vanakkam, namaskara, vandanam. And after, don't go into Instagram profile, come back. Because that's what for me was interesting. Because now the lights in a performance is on or off. Because the stage is not this entire room is a stage, which means you are going to perform along with me. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
I want to ask you a 10th standard board exam now. Don't worry. You all passed school?
Yes, sir.
College? Yes, sir. Yes, some of us. Some of us did even 2-3 colleges. I did some 4 colleges. I'm doing another degree now. Ooh, like that only. I'm studying law. But the problem is, it's very difficult, madam. I'm doing a course under animal law in Nalsa. And it's so difficult. They're saying exam is next month in campus. Like that only it is. Okay. What else is Bangalore for all of us? IT. Home. Bangalore is not home, your only house is home. Is Malleshwaram your home? Silkboard your home? Maybe. Next day go to Silkboard and sleep there for 1 hour. Because we say home is a very specific word, right? It can't be a generic word. It's a feeling. And the feeling doesn't come everywhere in Bangalore, no? Silkboard you get a feeling, yes? MG Road signal maybe you will get, but I don't know. Koshis maybe you will get. MTR I don't know. One idli goes inside with super. So I'll start. So I, like many of you, was not born in Bangalore. But am I a Bangalorean? Of course I am. Because how many of you have 2 cities identity? Or 3 cities? You all are going to be in that, right? And I was born, and a caterpillar time was in a place called Madras, which is called. And after studies, after my undergrad and postgrad, I got job. All of you like to work?
Yes.
What would you have to do that? And I got placement in a city called Bangalore. That time it was Bangalore. And I came to Bangalore with one suitcase to Majestic. And then I stayed in a hotel for 250 rupees in 2007. And that's when this caterpillar slowly started becoming a butterfly. You've taken the photo, give me the book, no? And as time passed, I stayed in different parts of Bangalore. One area, of course, how many of you have mobile phones? Of course, you'll say yes. Can you tell me an app on the top of your mind? No, don't tell me a personal Tinder app. I'm saying the public app. Insta. Zomato. Zomato is actually called tomato. In your mother tongue, when you scold somebody, in Tamil they say takkali mande. And these vegetables and fruits will come like that, tomato head. Because Zomato is nothing but T with tomato without the T and became Z. Somebody wrote the T like a Z. You can write T like a Z, right? That's how brands get originated. They won't call it tomato, they say, because the T looked like a Z, it became a Zomato. You believe whatever I say, no thank you. And I then moved to Koramangala. Oh, like that only some of the city. It's called the United Capital of Startup Companies. You open all your apps and find the registered office. 90% will be in Bangalore. In Bangalore, it will be either in Koramangala or Indranagar, Electronics. Even Infosys office is registered in Koramangala. You know that? Doesn't matter. Whichever year you come, Koramangala is capital of all startups. Everybody has gone to Koramangala. It's like saying, even now you go to Koramangala, full youth hub. No, after 10 years, you would have got married, it will be youth hub. No, some of us would have seen that. No, Brigade Road, nothing changes. Is the book, where's the book? Gone on. Bitita gali haditara baguli yadarita nana jiva yanda chandarama tindyaga. Finish. Belagagi This is a song that was taught to me by my teacher called Shilpa. And this song comes from the northern part of Karnataka where people go through life in the farm and they go to school, they go to college, and they just sing this folk song like that. By the end of this time, maybe you will sing this along with me. This song is just a random venting. And that's how it goes. Sing along if you like it. Bittitagali haadidara vaduli yedarita nanna jeeva. Go on. When was the last time you sang open mouth? Right? Every time you sing like. So open your mouth. You'll see the difference. Some of us became yesterday and open your mouth and sing. It's a folk song. You can't sing with a closed mouth. Open your mouth. Like, how many Tamil speakers here? Hindi. Ek, do, teen, char, panch, chhe, saat, aat, nau, das, 11. Open. Louder. Ek, do, teen, char, panch, chhe, saat, aat, nau, das, 11. 12, 13. Now take your hand up. And do this with your hand. 1, 2, 3, go. That's all. So that's how you will sing the song with your mouth open. I'll tell you a little more later. Where's the book? So much for copying, huh? Thank you. So like that, we'll come together. So we'll start. Just take somebody on your mobile, pass your mobile, you can take a screenshot of your mobile. And from Koramangala, I moved to a place which is famous for Kashmir snow in Bangalore. You know which place? Bellandur. Bellandur Lake, if you go, no, you can take selfie and say, I was in Kashmir. Because the froth will go from ground floor to 20th floor, and there's an apartment called Goyalko, which is saying Lake View apartment. Nothing, they'll see froth. And that is how they'll, every time they see the thing, they'll see lake. But the media doesn't show the other part of the lake. It is the largest lake in India. The water showed in the media is only 1%, the froth. But the largest lake, which is the Bellandur Lake, which is shrinking now. And I stayed in one side of the Bellandur Lake, in an area called Yammalur. Called Dead Bodies Ur. Yama? So Dead Bodies Ur. And I had a cousin in a place called Mahadevpura. See, all Mahadev, Yammalur, all dead body people. And Mahadev is Shiva's name. And this was near KR Puram. Somebody would have come by train to KR Puram. No, what does KR Puram stand for? Krishna Rajapuram. Krishna Raja. Who is Krishna Raja? Upper right side, left side. Welcome to Bangalore history. Mr. Wadaya. How do you know him? Go to palace and see Krishna Wadaya. I'll tell you Krishna Wadaya stories sometime. And from Mahadevpura one day, I had to come to my house in, I told you area, no? Yammalur. And this was 2012. What were you all doing in 2012? It's okay. Third grade, second grade, first standard, UKG, LKG, pre-KG. And I had to come from Mahadevpura to my house in Yammalur. And solo fellow, that time this Rapido had not come into Bangalore. So Uber and Ola had come into Bangalore. How many of you use Uber and Ola? And Uber and Ola had come into Bangalore and they are giving offers to all people. Buy one, get one free, buy one ride, get 4 rides free. And used to write, hi, your friend is sitting there, come. And they gave offers saying that, refer a friend, you will get 4 rides free. Don't refer a friend, get 10 rides free. And like that they used to give refer. And for any app company, what is the next development? Update to the app. And it happened in 2012-13 where they introduced a product saying that you can make new friends. Like that today I also spent. And it was called Uber Pool and Ola Share. Have you heard of that? In those days, before the pandemic, see what has happened to life, no? Before pandemic, how many of you use Uber Pool and Ola Share? Today, we can't use that. We have to pay extra money to go to the same place. So sad those days, what has happened to our life, no? Those days I used to make new friends in the car. Nothing happened. I went to the car, slept in the car. And like Mahadevpura to Yamlo, I had boarded a cab and because the new app came, it said Uber Pool for 10 rupees. Heart will go laptop, you know. So I booked a cab for my sister's house to Yamalur for 10 rupees, which is 10 kilometers, madam. Today 10 kilometers, how much rupees? 400 rupees, depending on the color of her skin and her height. And 10 rupees I booked, I got in, and the car started from Mahadevpura. In Bangalore, you measure distances by time or speed? Traffic. And the time of the day. Morning 1 hour, evening 10 minutes, after that 24 hours. If it wants, you'll go. If it rains, no time, you'll go whenever. And the car started moving. Give me a car, Indica, like this. For one person, Innova. Yes? Swift, what color? White color Swift. Give me driver's name. Ganesh driver. And Ganesh the driver, how do I know? Because it comes in the app, right? And Ganesh driver, today you get even drivers called Rahul Gandhi. I have screenshot, I'll show you later. And Ganesh driver came and he picked me up, and after it moved from Mahadevpura little bit, point, I got a beep in my mobile. And the beep said, your match has been found. And not now, in first 2 years, they didn't use the word thing, match has been, anybody remembers that, the match has been found, and it will also tell you the name of the match. And that is where the story starts. And it said, your match has been found, and her name was or is Bhagyavalakshmi. And she's going to be the match in 10 minutes. And the driver looks in the mirror, I look at the mirror. He can't smile, but I can smile. And Bhagyavalakshmi, no? Sari or salwar, sir? He will tell. Okay, sari Bhagyavalakshmi. What color sari? Red color sari. Silk sari, lilac sari, chiffon sari. Ma'am, she's going to tell her bye and go, no? Chiffon sari, Bhagyavalakshmi. What color blouse will she wear? We'll take for everybody. The last row, you say? Green color blouse, red color chiffon sari. And long hair or short hair? Long hair, the hip or the leg. So long hair Bhagyavalakshmi, sari Bhagyavalakshmi, green blouse Bhagyavalakshmi is going to be my match in 10 minutes. Chappal or shoe? Chappal Bhagyavalakshmi, rubber chappal or Kolhapuri chappal? Kolhapuri chappal Bhagyavalakshmi, red sari Bhagyavalakshmi, green blouse Bhagyavalakshmi, and on the hair, empty hair. What is that called in Kannada? Take a deep breath. Say Mallige. Take a deep breath. Say Mallige. And Mallige Bhagyavalakshmi is going to be the match in 10 minutes. And then what type of job will my Bhagyavalakshmi do? Teacher Bhagyavalakshmi. Red sari, green blouse, long hair, jasmine hair, teacher, Kolhapuri chappal, Bhagyavalakshmi is going to be matched in 10 minutes. And I got a phone call, I start speaking. And he speak. And the car stops and Bhagyavalakshmi gets into the front seat. And the driver looks at the mirror with a And after getting in, she gets a call and she starts speaking on the call. And I finish talking. And I put the phone down. I see in India boys can't see right or left. And she asked me a question. Vikram, what do you do in life? How does she know my name? If she is my match, I'm also. And I said, this is what I do. She said, because you're with children, theatre, drama and all. You're not an IT person, but something different about you. I said, this is what I do. But that is now. When she can talk to me now, I can talk to her. Permission granted. And I asked her, your name is Bhagyavalakshmi, but why you are speaking in Bengali? And she said, it is not Bengali. It is first of all Bangla, of course. It is Odia. How does a South Indian know difference between Bangla and Odia? As a North Indian know difference between Kannada, Tamil and Telugu. Everything is on Jangri, no? So I said, sorry, let me learn. It's okay not to know some things in India, right? Yes or no? As if a school taught us our own languages, they taught us French, Spanish and all. Nobody taught us neighboring languages, right? Yeah, no? Yeah. Like you see, in Kannada, there's a word, in English, it is meaning going to the toilet and having shower. What is it? Bath. In Kannada, what does bath means? With the customs, it's a busy bella bath. You're giving me hot water bath. How do you know? But then come to the question. I said, why is the name Bhagyalakshmi? And she said, there's a story behind it. Long. How do stories start? That is fairy tales. In Kannada, ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ there was a married couple. After marriage, what happens? Always fast forward. And the father got job in Guntur, and so the baby Mama was pregnant in Guntur. And when Mama was pregnant in Guntur, the in-laws came. When in-laws come, can the father be inside the house? Get out of the house. He was outside. So after a job, he used to invest in the future. In 1970s and 80s, what is the shortest investment plan that was legal? Land, no. Shortest, fastest and shortest. FD, no. Buying land is very short, right? FD, no. Lottery ticket. It is now legal in 2 states in India. Which states? Only Kerala, but Bengal? Yeah, Kerala and Bengal are far away but very close in colors. So far but close. And father used to invest in, because as a time pass, right? So 1 month, 3rd month, 4th month, 5th month, 7th month, 8th month, 9th month, 10th month comes, Mama went to the hospital, baby came out, father went to the lottery ticket, got the lottery ticket, and he had won the lottery ticket. He went to the hospital, the baby was, and the lottery ticket name was, and that's how she got her name, Bhagyalakshmi. Story not over, right? And the car stopped. I had to get out somewhere, right? Because I was the one who got on first. She is not the one. First in, first out, no? Like, that's how. First in, last out. Never out. And I got down from the car. I closed the door. I looked at her. Now I can look at her, right?
Not more than 40.
Short hair, specs. She was wearing a skirt. And I asked her, what do you do, Bhagyalakshmi? And she said, I'm a nutritionist. We exchanged numbers, but that got me thinking in life. How often do we put colors and shades to people just by the name and words? How much do we stereotype people just by the surnames and pronouns and prename and gender, without even having a conversation? How much do we judge people by the outer cover? I was doing this for the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I can't change myself. I know I can never change myself, but I can try. And that from there, as Bhagyalakshmi moved out, I realized in India now, we will keep moving around and around and around, and we will meet many people, many voices, maybe visually, orally, but very rarely will we have time to spend. Instead, what I can do is try not to judge. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Petitagali hadidara baduli yadarita nanna jeeva. Go on. Yanta chandarama chindyaga belagagi. The wind is blowing. The dirt is flying. The mood is beautiful. In my worry, I shall see sunrise. Because how much ever you worry, will the day stay still the same? Everything will pass. 10th standard board exam, biggest story in life, no? चलता है. 12th standard, चलता है. First boyfriend, girlfriend, चलता है. And once upon a time, I'm going to take you back in history to a man, very serious man. So we'll give him a little respect, but we'll also won't call him by his first name. Every city in India, if you go, you find a road named after this uncle. Huh? But you see, Mahatma Gandhi or Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. So MD is Mahatma Gandhi or Mohandas Gandhi? Legally, think about it. And this is a story about Gandhi, and this is a story that is not seldom in the road. About his friend. Before we go to the friend, what is your favorite fruit? All of you like? Mango. All of you like mango. Take the mango in your hand. Take the mango. Take it in your hand. She's saying, no, I don't like mango. I like lemon. Take lemon also. And how do you eat mango? See, all older people are like, mango. I will eat only with spoon and fork. Take the mango. How is the best way to eat the mango, with the fork and spoon or hand? No? So how do you eat it? Close it. Yes, no? Once more. And that is why in Hindi it is called. Come on the story. And once upon a time, 1947, what happened in India? That's all happened. One by one. You put your hand up. Independent. After that, what happened? One by one. All let me hear. Put your hand up in this thing. Then 1947 itself. Go on. 1947 or Operation Polo? No Google Play Store. Go on. What has happened? Hey, his achievement money is sad. You should be happy for him, no? Yeah. Say happy birthday. I'll come back. So, before 1947, India had prime ministers or princely states. There was one princely state in a place called Gujarat. You know why this is Gujarat? Like a crocodile, it is like Kutch. That's why in the top part we have a place called Kutch. And Gujarat and Rajasthan are one of the highly princely states. And in Gujarat there is one place full of lions. Little away from that there is a place called Junagadh. You know that, right? They are from Junagadh. In Junagadh there was one king. And because he was the lineage of the Mughals, he was a Nizam. And the Nizam, he was there. And he had a love for some things. In your house, what is that one thing you love so much that's next to your bed, for example? Phone. Charger. What have you fallen in love to? Charger. Charging phone you fall in love. Socket also. What do you love, man? Not what is next to you. Bed. Big bed. What do you love? Pillow. Like that you say. What you love the wall. But this Nizam loved only dogs. Great Dane, no. Dogs. Indian dogs. Can you name an Indian dog quickly? Mudol Hound. And like that, Mudol Hound, Chipipari, Rajapal, there were a lot of things. Sheru is your dog. And he had only 300 dogs in his bedroom. Have you gone to any of the palaces like Lakshmi Vilas Palace or the Mysore Palace? Bedroom is not even half. It's double this size. So I went to Lakshmi Vilas Palace. There's an audio getting Lakshmi Vilas Palace. And the Maharaja says, to order one tea, it's so difficult. It takes 45 minutes. It's big world problems, no? Because from there to the kitchen, somebody has to go tell, and kitchen they have to come. It is about 200 meters from there to there. And in the Nizam of Junagadh, he had 300 dogs. Can you have 300 dogs in this room? Easily, right? That's how big the bedroom is. And apart from that, he had liked one fruit, which was mango. So, only mango. Mono. And in that mango, he liked one mango because he went to Kashmir and came back. And in Kashmir, there is something which makes. What is it? And he called all the mangoes in Junakar as Kesar. So they're all mangoes. Gujarat is called Kesar mango. Come to the story. 100 dogs in 100. 300 dogs in one bedroom. Nice, no? Like that only. And 1947 happened. And 1947, the Nizams and the British states were given choice to be in India or. And Nizam, what he wanted to do? He wanted to go to the other side. And he was so poor. So how did he travel from here to there? Flight. Out of syllabus, correct. There were few people in history which is not documented who flew across the borders. Like one such person is like I may tell you another story. And he chose the flight and he entered into the flight, taking all the dogs, all the mangoes. And because in Nizam, he'll have one wife or many wives. And all of them entered. The flight was about to take off, and one of the wives said, "Stop!" And he said, "What is the problem?" Because Nehru and Sardar Patel have given timeline. You have to leave by that time and come. What do you want? He said, "I've left something very important in the palace. I'll go get it in 5 minutes." What do you think she left in the palace? Not her child, his child. Not in makeup kit. She forgot their child in the palace. She went, okay. This man, what he did, he closed the door and took out the flight. Like that only. He flew away. And she and the son, apparently the lineage is still there in Junagadh, even now. And that mango story will take a little back to Mr. McKinsey. Not M.G. Ramachandran MGR, this is Mohandas Karamchand. He loved mango so much that he took a mango every day and kept it in his nose. What did he do after that? For 1 hour he used to see it. Ahimsa, no? How do we know that? His autobiography. How many people read his autobiography? It's okay. No problem. Ambedkar we have read. Read both, no? 2 sides of India. And he took the man and every day he used to do satyagraha. He used to test his inner self. And every time he went to vacation to one place where he wrote lots of books. Where was the vacation? Jail. So once he went to the jail. Any popular jail event you remember? Not Bihar jail. Andaman Nicobar he didn't go. He was very privileged jail person. And he went to one jail and he used to eat mangoes only for breakfast, lunch and dinner. So one day he had mango. After eating mango, what will you do? Throw the seed, no? But this is Gandhi, no? You know what he did with the seed? He took the seed, kept in his hand. See the seed? He was watching the seed every day. Now what can you do with the seed? But one hand is already holding the seed, now how will you plant it? So whom can you call now? Call the jailer. With loudly. 1, 2, 3, go. And the jailer came running and said, "What do you want?" "I want a pot." Pot? No, pot to plant the seed, not just pot. What can you do with empty pot? And he took the pot, he planted the seed in the pot. And every day in the morning he woke up, what did he see in the morning? Pot. Immediately when you plant, you get mango. First day of college, you get convocation. Which year are you? Which year are you? Even BA also have to do 3 years now, sir. Liberal arts also have to study now. Since you don't. Out of syllabus is not outside. And he looked at take the hand, take the pot. And every day he is holding the pot while sleeping because somebody takes away the pot. Ayyo only corrected. Because the only language he loved other than Gujarati was Tamil. He loved Tamil so much that he learned Tamil to sign in Tamil. How many people can sign in 2 lakhs? Both their hands? This man signed with both his hands every day. Because he didn't have time to write it. He wrote both like this. Like Hrithik Roshan. These 3 you saw, like that he used to write both, one hand in Gujarati, one hand in English. What is it called? Ambidextrous. And come back to pot. And pot and potty is normal difference. And hold. And every day morning, pot. Afternoon, evening, 1 week, 1 month, 3 months. Sapling only inside. Hand becomes heavy, no? And he held it, and the plant became so big. And he had to be in the jail, outside the jail. It's called the Yerbada jail. He came out of the Yerbada jail. He came out of the jail, and all these people are welcoming him, saw him with the which was never. So he said, "Don't take pictures of that. We don't have a picture of this." He held it and was walking with one hand. He didn't even give it to his assistants. He didn't even trust. What's your name, sir? Savi was next to Gandhi. Gandhi said, "You stand there. Don't take my pot." And he held his pot. And the pot became, sapling became, plant became. And you see how 6 packs this man had, no? Full tired. But still he held his. And thankfully, he went to one city which is famous for the suffragan museum. Charana? Hyderabad. He went to Hyderabad with the plant. And he was talking. Hey, Gandhi! There was one person who could scold him with his name. How many of you have friends like that in your life who can scold you with all galis? Hold them close to you, because when they go away, no? And he had one such friend so close to him. What do you think? Whom do you think was this friend of Gandhi who can scold him anytime? Put your hand. Nehru was never his friend. To read history carefully, Nehru was never his friend. Even in his own biography. Go. This is not getting recorded. Bose was also, I don't know. Okay, let's think of names. Bose, Nehru. Hold. Mountbatten, okay. Ambedkar. We only think of men, right? You see, can a man have a women as a friend? So it was Sarojini Naidu. In a lot of, if you Google Gandhi's photos, you will find many photos with Sarojini Naidu on the side. She was his confidant because she was also a lawyer, right? Yes or no? I don't know. You tell. Yes or no? Are you sure? Don't know. That's better answer. Because half the people who fought independence were all lawyers. Yes or no? And that's why they were alive after the 1947. And she said to him, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm growing the mango plant." He recorded, we'll use nice language. "Mr. Gandhi, please use your brain because this plant needs the soil to nourish, not your hand. Please give it back to the soil." But he said, "Where do I plant it?" "Plant it in my house." He said, "Your house, sir?" "Yeah." "Where is Sarojini Naidu's house? Where was she in?" "Hyderabad." And in Hyderabad, she took the pot from him. Take the pot. Put it in the soil. What will you put after that? Put water. Again soil, water again. Again manure. And she said, "Please don't come back." And from that day onwards, this mango tree grew in Sarojini Naidu's house. Even now, if you go to Hyderabad and go to the residence of her, it's now a museum. This tree is still there. And there's another place in Bangalore where Gandhi's, and every time this man, when he planted a tree, you agree, disagree, doesn't matter, but he planted a tree. That we can take. We can plant at least one tree wherever we go. And the place he planted a tree is Halasoor. In the school called RBN, Rai Bahadur Arka Narayan Swami Mudaliar School. Out of syllabus, even Bangalore don't know that school. MG also nobody knows. Go to that school, the tree is still there. And the first principal of the school was Bal Gangadhar Tilak or Bipin Chandra Pal, one of them. Historic, right? His tree is not sitting in Agra and Delhi, it sits right in Bangalore. Petitagali Haditarabaguli Yadarita Nanajiva Kyanta Chandaramam Chintyaga Balagagi. Once upon a time, there is biggest epic in India, which everybody in the world says. What epic is that? And is Mahabharata one or many? Known is one, written is one, unknown is thousands. You go to Goa, you will have a biblical Mahabharata. You go to certain places, Mahabharata changes based on the people because it's people's story, right? But it's not, it's about a father and a son. How many of you love your father? And his father and son especially, will speak only in one word or one half a letter. Okay will become K. Yes will become huh. That's a her. And they lived one such, and most of these characters in Indian mythology, the father and son won't have met in their life at all. Some miracle will happen and something will fall into the mother and she will become pregnant and the baby will come out. Yes or no? Yes. And one such son was born as in the Pandavas. All the Pandavas had same father? Different father, legal or illegal? You fight in the court. And one such was this person who was called Manmada, who was Arjuna. And they say Arjuna used to travel a lot in India, and wherever he traveled, he became a father. Because he couldn't control his emotion. And love was filling him in and out and in and out. And so much that, but then it's just a reaction, right? And if somebody doesn't say no and say yes, who stops somebody? As much as we say no, yes is also an answer, right? No is a no, yes is also a yes. And one such time, Mr. Arjuna wanted advice of the daddy. Who's the daddy of Arjuna? Legal. Huh? You want to take Deva outside, you put only Indra. And Indra. And especially with fathers like ATM, Daddy! Mummy every day, Mummy. But daddy like phone up and once in a year, Daddy will run. But we love both of them, right? And once this time we had to go to daddy for counseling. And that's like that phone came and daddy said, Beta, you come separately, I'll give appointment. And Arjuna went up, Daddy. How will he go up? That one don't ask, that's how it is. He took a flight and went, swing, he went up and they discussed everything in the world. And after discussing everything, after every literature festival, what do we have in the night? And Indra was a man of drama. And it was the land of DJ, RJ, VJ, all J's. In his Loka. And in the Loka, the entertainers were the first performers in the world called the Apsaras. There were two times, one Gandharvas and the Apsaras, and both were strong. The strongest of women, they say, is not in the land, were the Apsaras, because they were performers. Because the performers were the body, right? I'm not going to control this. And they were many of them, but for the story, we take 4 of them. Oh, you know, Take a deep breath, say, first, R, small one. Say Ramba. If you say like it, there's no emotion. Take a deep breath. Once more. See, it's not even coming from me. Go on. Say. Menaka. Once more. And the last one meant grains of finest oil. Now tell it, see if you can touch your balance when you say Tilottama. Once more. Once more. And all the 4 of them say, when you say R, Ramba, Urvasi, Menaka, Tilottama. This is divided into groups. And 4 of them came. And all 4 of them came and said, Arjuna. Your father never allows us to come near anybody, but today is given permission because the work is done and we've heard stories about you. And all 4 of them said, you have choice today. Generally we women fight, but today we're not. And they said, Arjuna, look at you, Arjuna. And Arjuna kept a blank face. And they said, Arjuna, look at your nose, Arjuna. Look at your eyes, Arjuna. Look at your teeth, Arjuna. Look at your smile, Arjuna. And for all that, Arjuna said, no. And when you say no to a woman who says yes, little anger or lots of anger? And all four of them got up and said, Arjuna! Please, Arjuna! And Urvashi said, please, Arjuna. Ramba said, like that only, like smile, look at me. And all four said, please, please, please. And then Arjuna, even if you fold your hands, you're so beautiful, Arjuna. And even if you're putting hand in the face of your feet, please, Arjuna. And Arjuna said, no, because I am following brahmacharya today. And they said, Kadanga, of all the days today, 364 days, nothing you do, you go everywhere and propagate, but when you come here alone, no. And Ramba said, you are waste and mental. Tilottama, useless, mental. And Menaka, shit, that only. And mental. They say 3 times in life you will speak truth. One, when you are a child. I'm not asking lawyers, I'm asking human beings. Second, when you are. Third, when you are fighting. When after marriage, not before marriage. And the last of the 4 was remaining was Urvashi. And she thought maybe this Arjuna is very shy fellow. He only does 1:1, he doesn't want 4 of us. Maybe if I go down along with him, he will say yes. And so she carried an element of love that across India is common, which is exchanged, especially in marital vows. Not Mangal Sutra is a very modern invention. It is not even 300 years old. It is there in Kashmir, Kanyakumari, Assam, Tripura, even in Gujarat, and all customs in India. When they want to exchange agreements, law was signed using this single contract was signed with this element. What is it? What law? Tambula. Exactly correct. Tambula. See, Tambula. On the Tambula, what is there? Beetle leaf. Thousands of years, agreements in India were signed with one beetle leaf. Everywhere, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari to Islam, Hinduism, Christianity, whatever you say, one beetle leaf will match people's. Both outside the house and inside the house also. And she took, at that time it didn't grow in the land, so she took it from the Indraloka. Can you pluck one beetle leaf? Yeah, pluck it. And she took it and she kept it in her. And she thought, because there's no beetle leaf in the world. And she said, maybe if I gave him that secret ingredient, like his mouth will open. And full speech she went on. And especially when there's a desire. We act in a way that's above our senses. Because that's how our instincts are. Somebody puts a full stop. What do? We go even more. And she ran down. So when he said no, she went down and she said, Arjuna. You see, I've come alone. I know you have problem with crowd, but I'm just alone. Don't take it. Show me a hand, Arjuna. Show me your hand, Arjuna. Show me your hand. Should Arjuna only be a male? But this man said, no! She gave, but that man ask her words, I asked her hand. And for everything, Arjuna said no, 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 no. But how long can somebody take a no? She said, nobody's ever said no to me. She took the leaf out and she said, for a man whose ego is touching the roof, the only way to understand to be a woman is to become a woman. She took the leaf and threw it at Arjuna and said, you will be a woman for the rest of your life. Ha! You, your ego, should shut up. You should become genderless or above gender to understand what I feel, what you feel. And that time, Arjuna was cursed and he ran to his father. And the beetle leaf still grew. The first time, that's how the beetle came to this world. From that day onwards, everybody only ate beetles. Bang, Supari, Pan. And Indra said, Beta, I don't have the power to change the curse of a woman because the curses in history are always given by the women and reduced by the men. And he said, I will change it to 1 year, and that is where Arjuna became Brihanala for 1 year. And Brihanala, how do you know this? If you go to the Madurai Meenakshi Amman temple, there is a statue of Arjuna in the guise of a woman from here. Around the face, he has a mustache and a beard. Worship many, many years back. One of the highest forms of worship was Brihanala. And that's how it happened. And when this happened, he understood. Listen. Listen. He didn't listen. Not because he didn't listen. Listening is the biggest gift. And a lot of times we don't give that to people. And that from that time onwards, Arjuna was different. But this is a folk tale that's told many, many parts to talk about many things. But to understand that the beetle leaf came into the world like that. That's it. And from there, where do we go? How much time do we have? And from there, let's. You're like dosa. Say dosa. Dosa. The way you say dosa depends on which part of India it comes. Dosa, dosha, dosai, dosai, dosa. All this is. So once upon a time, there was a married couple who loved the dosa. They're living in a small hut. They lived in a small hut, and in the small hut, they lived. And every time they lived, they said one day we need to have a dosa because they can never afford dosa every day. You see, all the things that we eat today was a luxury many years back, right? Pongal was had once a year. Rice was had once a year. We never had And we didn't have all this luxury, and once they wanted to have dosa. And the husband said, ha! I shall get the dosa from the market. How? Because they used to put the dal and the rice for drying under the sun, and this man had super idea. He went to the market and rolled over the rice. Like they say, once more. Because in India, the moment you disguise as somebody who's going to the temple or the mosque, many people respect you. Like you go to Chayappa Mala, Swami, that man was just drunk one bottle yesterday. You've seen this, right? You've seen this. And he, with this full chanting, he went rolling on the rice. Once more. Nobody can say no to such a person, right? With all the rice, he went home and said, how will he call his wife? Janu, Priya Janu, Mera Priya Janu, my darling. Please create 3 dosa so that as many dosas, I'll come back and we will have dosa for dinner. But you see, they were newlywed couple. Like that only plan. So he said, by the time you come, I will get the bed ready. So he went, and this is a small house, right? Queen size bedroom, or a single bed. Cotton bed, steel bed, or a tar knitted bed. She started preparing dosa. What is the side dish you want with dosa? Sambar chutney. And that was happening, and the bed was ready and starting to get ready. Bed. What will you put on the bed? Oh, what flower? What color? How can you put full flower? Tan will prick you. Petals. So rose petals on the bed. Anything else you want to put? Jasmine flower. No one. Okay, half the bed we put jasmine. So jasmine is there, rose is there. What is quickly? Fragrance is there. What else? Sweet. What sweet? Jangri, which is jalebi for the North India. Badam, Mysore, all sweets. One box of sweets, jasmine and rose, and then milk. How many glasses? Kesar in that house. Kesar juice. Normal milk. One glass. And we took about 3 hours. I told the story to somebody in Baroda. And I asked all this. One auntie was there. She was about 80 years old. She yawned. I thought she didn't like the story. Then she said, Vikram, can I answer? None of these people have experience, she said. Not over yet. She added, the most important thing is not this, but is mosquito repellent. Now you know how much God experience has to her. And I got patak. 80 years old auntie, she was yawning. That is how in India stories are. And that is when I understood theory and all like this only. And our man did all that on the bed. Garden City, you know. Canned what flavor? Why? Okay, we keep candle. Box of agarbatti. With all that, she on the other side was finishing the dosa. In India, when you cook or when you make something, how do you know it's ready? Second, crispy. No. Taste, Papa. Will taste. She said, my husband I love, you know. If I love somebody, I should taste it and give it to him, you know. She took one dosa, give one dosa. She tore the dosa, put it in the sambar, put it in the mouth. I think salt is little less. She put little salt and took the other dosa and ate. Now, I think this is okay, but let me put one more. She put one more dosa. This also she put in sambar and tasted it super. And now how many dosa was left? One dosa. Hi. And this man, now with all that his hunger was this much or this much? He came and said, darling, where is a dosa? Let us eat a dinner. I am waiting for you, you are waiting for me. In such romantic times, you will get the burst of poetry, like this one. You translate to vernacular, because that's how vernacular subtitle. How many of you see subtitle movies? Tamil movie, English subtitle, full damage. Ujire, I will give you my life. My life, I will give you my life. So like that, he went to this lady and said, are we ready? And she said, of course we are ready. See, open. Ready. He said, but I got enough for 3 dosas. No? What happened? She said, yes, darling. I cooked the dosa. I wanted to make sure that you have the best dosa in the world. So I took the dosa. No, I tore it, but how can I smell it? I wanted to make sure you had the best dosa. I dipped in the sambar, but I want to make sure you had the best dosa. So I put it into my mouth and had it like this one. Then what is this? That was the other part of the dosa. He looked at her, looked at the bed, looked at the jasmine flowers, looked at the rose petals, looked at the stars. Muscular repellent was outside suggestion, he didn't do it. It is advanced level 2. He went to the bed, put his hand, and that's how The lady of the house had 3 dosas. In a country like India, when you travel, the person who makes the dosa sometimes doesn't have the dosa. And to have the dosa, we have to trick the other person. Many mothers and grandmothers have eaten in this country by tricking the person in the house. Ask your grandmother, they'll tell you stories. Petitagani haditara baduli yadaritana jiva. Don't sleep. Go on. Petitagani haditara baduli yadaritana jiva. Kyanda chandarama chintyaga balagagi. May worry. I shall see the sunrise. But let's move to a story of animals. How many like animals? Is there anybody who doesn't like animals? It's like birds, butterfly, दूर तक ठीक है. इधर pigeons far away, nice. Inside the house. So once upon a time, this entire world was filled with animals and birds, and they all lived together. Is it possible to live together? Sure. Ideal or real? And they all lived together. The hippopotamus used to have breakfast with the cockroach. The myna used to have running and catching with the scorpion. That's the mummy of the animal, they tell you. And the deer used to play kabaddi with the lion. And the lion used to have hopscotch with the giraffe. And like that, they all live together. Give me a very beautiful bird in India. But peacock is a male, no? Who's beautiful? Not beautiful, huh? Girls are not beautiful. Are girls not beautiful? Yes or no? Yes. Peahen? I don't, I'm leaving it there. So in birds, men are beautiful. Eh? What do we do to gender, no? Full bias only. It's okay. Then, come back to the story. And you all live together like together. La 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 la. When everybody is together, after some time what happens? 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, 3 becomes 5, and the population tamal dugi tabak pachak pachak. And full damage happens, and it becomes from S size becomes triple XL size, and that's how like in Kerala there are more Mallus living outside Kerala than in Kerala. Non-residential happen, and they all said, let's have a meeting. And when professors have a meeting, is it loud meeting or quiet meeting? Or like WhatsApp, they'll put meeting, or Zoom. And they all put a meeting and they declared that, okay, we'll all go to our own world, and those who can fly will go up, those who can walk will go, and those who can swim, and those who can do WhatsApp in the last row, we continue doing WhatsApp and Instagram and Facebook. No problem. Because Facebook is for them, Instagram is for we continue, no problem. He will finish his exam assignment also, no problem. And all that was happening. And when something happens, you get your own space. Like from home, you come to the hostel, or hostel, you go to independent house. What do you do first? Give a party. Exactly. And this party in Tamil becomes party. And Hindi becomes party. Very confusing. And when party, how will you get ready for a party? Dress up. There's some dress you put up, no? Dhoti for party, Western dress. What is this called then? How will you get ready for a party? Why are you wearing her fancy dress? What will you wear for a party? Sorry. Sir, last one, sir. What, sir? You're busy. You tell what you wear for a party. What language, sir? Telugu. Emi. This party ante Emi dress. Dress here kada. This Telugu, no, the most vulgar language. Like yesterday I was saying, blue, rape, trendy. He would have thought that I was in the last row, anyway, no attendance over, everything over. But now why this uncle is calling me Karthi? How will you get ready? Karthi. What booty on the kaka? That is for Halloween, normal party. Okay. Gown. Lumbi baniyan. I am not asking that's not party. Anybody baniyan. T-shirt. Sleeveless T-shirt or full T-shirt? He said baniyan. Full T-shirt or watch. So that you know when to get out of the party. Food. This dress also, unless you know what is dress, no? This English language again is dress. Then I was till my tension, I said, dress. Everything is dress. Shorts also dress, T-shirt is also dress. What is this dress? Then you learn like that only. And like that, all of them got ready, and like swiping Tinder also, they all finished. Because they have to make sure your friends also come into the party, no? How can you go party alone? And everybody sent a party note at 7 o'clock. Everybody got dressed up, all ready. And the land animals went to start their party. Sky started the party. And there was one friend of us who didn't get invited for any party. And the friend was waiting. Happened to you anytime your friends are going for a party or waiting for the invitation. And in Malayalam there's a word called akrantam. That bull will come out. And like that, this friend was waiting. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock. Our friend said, I shall go to all the 3 parties. And our friend dressed up. Dressed up, not dressed up. Up and down, all. And first went to the land party and knocked the door. And it was opened by the most cutest animal in the world. You want to take a selfie? Bunny, repeated there in a college. Animal, I'm saying peacock. Cat. Rabbit. Plant. An animal that is so cute. Come on. Said none of this. All wrong answer. But it was not any of this. It was the hyena. Isn't the hyena cute? But for a hyena's mother, isn't the baby cute? But for us, we. And the hyena said, "Hey! What are you doing in our party? This party is only for those who can walk on 4 legs. You walk." But our friend said, "My mummy didn't teach me to walk, my mummy taught me to fly. So I can't come to this party." No, go! The door closed. And our friend went to the Upar ka party. Up and 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 up. Don't worry, madam, we'll finish in some time. Don't worry. See? Nothing, Chumma, I'm telling you. And Chumma also not India, South India, particularly. And, come back to our story. And our friend went to the Upar ka party, knocked the door. And again the door was opened by the most sexiest bird in the world. Not speaker, not you. Not being out of the box. No. Not out. No. Vulture. You see, the 2 birds animals we need in this world, we don't like. The unwanted animal we keep saying all the time. And the vulture looked at her and said, "Hey, where is your anda?" What is anda in Malayalam? Motta. In Tamil, motta means bald. Where is your mutta? Where is your egg? In other language, Gujarati. Guddu. As you were scolding somebody, guddu. In other word, anda, motta. Gujarati, Assamese, Bangla, team. See, team. Team. Like deal. So, good to tea, mutta, anda. Where is it? Our friend said, but my mummy didn't. He didn't teach me. My daddy was always on WhatsApp, what to do. And the vulture said, Taka, go. And our friend said, what is left now? Water. But no, I don't know. And he started crying. Full crying from Alliance to BTN has been crying. And he cried again. And went till a tree. Somebody would do pit stop. No, how can you keep all? And it went full crying. It stopped in a tree. Give me a tree's name. See, one tree has everybody's name banning. That's the problem with this country. We have 100 trees, but we all say only one or two. After this, nobody say mango. And went to the banyan tree and sat on the banyan tree and started crying. I went to the ground party. I now closed the door from me. I went to the sky party. There also closed the door. I went to the swimming party. I don't know to swim. I came here and cried. And the tears went down or up? How? Put take a finger and go. And it went to the leg. And it became so wet that a friend couldn't stand and it fell upside down. And it cried. But how long can it cry? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. Madam is discussing how many days. How long have you ever cried? 5 minutes, 5 seconds. And at one time, you will have to open your eyes for one emotion, which is above all emotions in life. What is that?
Anxiety.
That one thing which is above all emotions. Says Allah, Krishna and Jesus become the Quran, Bible, and hunger is a supreme disease, not anything else. And hunger came for a friend, and a friend opened inside. And it saw around it, there were thousands of its own families sitting and crying for the same reason. And when that happened, it said, but wait, I went to the ground party, but there were only some few hyenas and few, but look at us, we are all one or many. So why are we going to the other's party? Let's make our own party and have a party. And it said, but we'll put our own rules. Rule number 1, we will speak in a language nobody understands. Second, we will live in a place where nobody else stays. Number 3, we will always go out together and be together. And from that day onwards, our friend lives together, goes together, sings together. We don't understand it. But our living extreme, the largest party in the world is not the hyenas or the peak hens, the peacocks or the eagles or the vulture. It's this family of a friend called the. And like the bat, each one of us have our own bat inside us, right? And for that bat inside us, we search for a large party. It could be our interest, it could be our habits, it could be things which we love that others don't understand. But every time we have this minority inside us, we have our own party with them, right? And create, and that's how the bat created its own world. And once it created, others were jealous of the bat because the bat can fly but still give birth to a universal wonder, isn't it? Something normal of putting eggs, but something is unique. People will never understand. And once the birth are having a party, everybody started saying, can you give us a knowledge transfer? Or it said, ha ha ha. And from there, everybody in the world, even today, you might have a wing, but won't lay egg. You will be walking, but will be called a bird. Doesn't matter. Each one has something that's unique to each of you. And you form a party that's unique to you. And that's how in this world you've had communities. Say bye and go, no? ಎಂತ ಚಂದರಾಮ ಚಿಂತ್ಯಗ ಬೆಳಗಾಗಿ. Where are you going? You have class now. They'll wait for you. Come. Information is gone to them. Come. It's okay, you can tell them. Because when you walk out, the frame doesn't look good in the camera. Your face will come as you're walking out. That's the most boring session. I'll leave it here. I hope you laughed, you thought, you smiled a bit. We all are like a wind. These 3 years, 4 years, you will have a lot of enjoyment, a lot of worries. Everything will pass. Be a wind and keep flying. Don't settle on the sand. My name is Vikram. I'm just a storyteller.